Yeah, good morning, Miss Stewart. I'm very happy to meet you for our pre-observation conference. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing good.
All right, all right. So let's get to pre-observation conference. What topic are you trying to teach?
Today I'll be teaching adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, polynomials, and then we will review exponential and logarithmic, solving exponential and logarithmic functions or equations.
Is this lesson aligned to a particular text?
Yes, it's aligned to TEKS 2A, 7E, 2A, 7B, 2A, 7C, and 2A, 7D.
Okay. What period are you going to deliver this lesson?
Seventh period.
Seventh period. And how many students do you have in the seventh period?
Approximately 22.
22 students. Yeah. So how do you group the students in the class?
I allow them to group themselves, and nonetheless, I'm not using the where I group them for this particular. It's more of a review, so I don't particularly put them in a specific group, ability group. Not for this class.
Yeah. So what do you? How are you going to present the lesson?
What I've done is provided them a sheet, checklist, so that they can see if they're able to accomplish those specific teaks. And we are aligning some IXLs with those specific teaks. And then, so how I ensure that the students are comprehending is doing group jam session.
What is group jam? What is group jam?
Group jam is a feature in IXL where I can select the teaks or the IXL skills that I'll be utilizing and invite the students to the group jam session. So it goes from easy problems to a much harder, challenging problem.
So what will you be seeing in? Can you see students working in the jam?
Yes.
Okay.
You
can monitor
their progress, and then I'll do aggressive monitoring, walking around. What I also have them do is fold their paper in 8 so that they can show their work. And I'm monitoring their progress by them showing their work.
What do you think is the impact of this digital tool, the jam that you use? What is the impact?
The impact is student participation, student engagement, ensuring that they're engaged and participating, and comprehending, because writing it on their show your work paper shows the steps that they use so that they fully comprehend it.
Yeah. So coming to that strike paper you're talking about. So how do you know that students are really learning? What do students do to demonstrate their learning?
So in order to demonstrate their learning, after the group jam, which today what I target was about 2 to 3 problems in the jam for each of our teaks that we were doing, IXL skills, and then they go back for the demonstration of learning that they show that they can comprehend and understand it by getting at least an 80 on their SMART score.
Okay. So the target score is 80%.
80%, yes.
So what do you do with a student, a struggling student who are struggling to master the concept? What do you do?
So with those students, and in my 7th period, I have 1, 2, maybe 3 students that are, and maybe a little more, but 3 that I have to monitor closely. So one sits kind of not necessarily isolated, but in like a small group, so that I can dedicate more time to them. The other 2, they sit with the group. One is an English learner, so he sits with one of the students that can translate for him and assist him. Mm-hmm. And the other one, he sits with a group because he can pretty much grasp it, but his group that he's sitting with, he can ask questions.
It's good. Tell me more about the classroom setup. How is the classroom set up? The way the desks are arranged, the way the students are seated, what's the setup?
So I have 2 desks in front of each other for a small group, and it can also turn into 4 individuals. And then in my corner, I have 4 desks in a semicircle where those 4 can collaborate and they can cooperatively learn. And so one of my ELL students sits in one of those groups, and then the other one sit up front so that there's less distraction. And then I have one seat where it's primarily one person for less distraction.
Now let's talk about classroom management. How do you manage your classroom? Some sort of distraction.
Yes.
How do you manage your classroom management?
Classroom management, I attempt to ensure that they understand that the primary focus is on the learning. So, like today, when those that are out of line, I have to move a student, then I'll move a student, relocate a student, so that they are able to. So I'm able to have that classroom management in an open environment for learning and asking those questions. So I had some that would ask questions. So having an environment where they are not fearful to ask those questions that they are needing.
What other strategies or ways do you use to promote student engagement?
Turn and talk, or in the group environment, they're talking and discussing the problem. Whatever question we have, they'll talk amongst themselves to obtain the answer. And it's more of a challenge to them, but that challenge that they have creates that opportunity to be engaged.
Okay. I'm coming to observe you. So what do you expect me to see in your classroom?
I expect you to see students engaged. I expect you to see me doing aggressive monitoring, assisting those that need more of a one-on-one assistance. And then for classroom management, it should be fairly well, but it may be some, I have some that like attention.
Okay. So how long is the class gonna be?
85, the lesson. So this lesson, it should be about 40 minutes to give them the opportunity, because we're covering in the jam section multiple skills. Because we've already taught it. This is more of a review, but I want to make sure that they know the steps to take. So about 40 minutes, and then I'll give them that opportunity to finish the assignments that they have done.
Okay. All right. So I think that is good enough.